Journalist David Sirota has quite a story here about how Republicans are working against Buy America provisions for the government. So he reports, courting the Midwest voters who proved pivotal in his election win, Donald Trump has consistently reiterated his campaign promise to rebuild America's infrastructure and protect domestic jobs. Quote, "We will have two simple rules when it comes to this massive rebuilding effort," he told an audience at a post-election rally in December. "Buy American and hire American." Within days, though, House Republicans, under pressure from lobbyists for foreign companies, had killed legislation that would have directed government infrastructure contracts to hire American manufacturing companies. It was a bold act of defiance against the rhetoric of the newly elected president, and now a top Democrat is attempting to force Trump to put his Buy America promises into action against his own party in Congress. The Government Accountability Office issued a report earlier this month showing that compared to 57 of its trading partners covered by procurement agreements, the United States is opening up far more of its government spending to foreign contractors. In all, the report found that the United States opened up $837 billion of its government spending to foreign contractors, while its next five largest trading partners opened up less than half that amount to U.S. contractors. Percentage-wise, the U.S. federal government opened up 80% of its procurement to foreign contractors, far higher than major trading partners such as Japan, 30%, and South Korea, 13%. Okay, so what that shows you is, you know how the establishment and the elitists, they always say, oh, protectionism is so bad, it's such a terrible thing, we need free trade, that's what we need. Well, why is it that other nations are some of our top allies? They manage to have very protectionist policies, but, you know, that doesn't spark a trade war on our behalf. We don't, go nuts and crack down on them as a result of that. We understand that, hey, they view it as in their national interest to basically open up their infrastructure projects to their own companies within their own borders. It just means, having good jobs for the people in your country. But 80%, we've opened up 80% to foreign contractors. Japan, 30%, South Korea, 13%. So this idea that, no, we can't do that, it'd be a horrible thing. No, we actually should become much more protectionist. There's some things I'll never understand in politics, like how certain words and concepts have been demonized over the years. Like liberal, for example, that was demonized massively under Rush Limbaugh. And throughout, the early 2000s, if somebody said they were liberal, it was like a laugh line, like, you're liberal? Now, liberal has recently made a comeback, but it was demonized for the longest time. Another one I'll never get how it got demonized is protectionism. Like, okay, would you want to protect your family? Would you want to protect your kids? Do you want to protect your neighbors? You'd say yes to all that, right? But then for whatever reason, when you talk about, protecting our jobs and our industry, they go, oh, stupid. Because that flies in the face of freedom. Freedom of the CEOs and the owner class to ship out all the jobs to Bangladesh and Turkey and elsewhere so that they can pad the bottom line and pay people, much lower wages to do the same job that an American can do the job for. So I'll never get how protectionism was demonized. Welfare is another one. Like, oh, welfare? You think welfare is like a good idea? Ew, welfare? Yeah, again, would you look out for the welfare of your kids, your parents, your friends? You'd say, of course I would. What the fuck are you talking about? But for whatever reason, just extrapolate that a little bit. Would you care about the welfare of your neighbor? Yeah, I guess so. How about the person who lives 4 doors down from you? Nah, fuck that person. I don't care about their welfare. Bleh. So I'll never understand how those things got demonized. So what that shows is, yes, we should be more protectionist, and whenever somebody says free trade, like, I'm a free trader, just take that word out and put in the word outsourcer, because that's what they are. They believe in outsourcing. It's not freedom, it's outsourcing good American jobs. So Trump on the campaign trail said repeatedly one of the main reasons he won, because he flipped that Rust Belt in his favor, was the Democratic firewall, and then he hammered away on trade, and he won. But one of the reasons is, probably the biggest reason in that area, is he kept saying, we're going to buy American, we're going to hire American, we're going to do infrastructure projects and rebuild everything. It's going to be tremendous, believe me. Second, he gets in there, and the Republicans, the House Republicans fear, oh shit, he might actually do that. What do? They undercut it. They kneecap them, and they say, no, we are specifically and explicitly stating, because foreign lobbyists influenced us, that we're not doing Buy American. So the party that loves to run on patriotism and nationalism and we're American, they're the ones who just took the knife and, jammed it in the back of poor workers in Michigan and Ohio and all these depressed factory towns. They just decided, yeah, we're going to kill that. We're not going to have that. We're not going to have Buy American, Hire American. We're not going to, Trump signed an executive order. We're going to use American steel for whenever we do these projects around the country. And then what happened? Immediately after that, his administration said, but we're going to exempt, the Keystone XL pipeline, for example. What? So first of all, they approved the Keystone XL pipeline. Disaster. Second of all, they said, we're going to Buy American for that. Buy American steel. And then the next day, it's like, oh yeah, did we say we're going to exempt that? These guys are so fucking slimy. It's unbelievable. And here you have it. The Republicans are like, yeah, let's just kill legislation that would have said, Buy American. Use American manufacturing. The Republicans killed it. The Republicans killed it because they take money from foreign lobbyists. That's what happened. Now, who's coming to save the day or attempting to save the day? The Democrats. So Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin introduced basically a Buy American, Hire American bill for a water infrastructure project. And the Democrats aren't talking about it. I mean, how often do we discuss this problem in politics? I mean, this happens all the fucking time, where you have the Democrats propose a decent idea, and instead of all getting on the same page, all hammering it home, all driving the point, what do? They're lost in the wilderness. You know, they're out there yelping about what Trump said on Twitter, or Russia. Russia. Did I mention more of Russia? Russia. So that's what they'll do. They'll be out there screaming about Russia, not connecting any dots, all based on implications and assumptions and leaps of logic, and maybe this happened. Ooh, Manchurian Candidate. Ooh, his puppet, Putin's puppet. And you're basically making it so that even though you have a gift by having the Trump administration and this crazy-ass Republican Party in power, you still somehow can't beat them because you can't focus on the right things. So Tammy Baldwin is 100% correct to put this bill up for a vote, to propose it. And the other Democrats should fall in line right behind her and start hammering away on this, because there's a winning argument right there. First of all, nobody's even mentioning. Like, I had to read a fucking obscure article in the International Business Times to even learn about this. Nobody's even mentioning that the Republicans killed the Buy American provisions for manufacturing, for infrastructure projects. Nobody mentions it. Nobody mentions it. The party that claims patriotism the most just killed a Buy American provision for manufacturing and infrastructure. So bring that up. Bring it up. Bring it up repeatedly, and then talk about how, hey, we are proposing a bill that's Buy American, Hire American for water infrastructure, and it's Tammy Baldwin, a Democrat, who brought it up. Why are you not bringing that up and talking about it endlessly? Because there's arguments that actually would make you win if you portray it, and this is accurate, as the Republicans are the party of foreign lobbyists. Literally, they did their bidding. Again, quite literally. And the Democrats are trying to Buy American, Hire American, and here's our bill that says it. You have to, then you put the Republicans in corner and say, go ahead, vote against it. I want you on the record again. You already were on the record once because you killed it when Trump was leaning in that direction. I want you on the record. So we have the Democrats. We actually have Trump with us on this one, all of his rhetoric on the campaign trail. So we're going to pressure him, but you're the ones who were primarily responsible for killing it, House Republicans. So now we want you on the record twice. You're already on the record once. You want to stab the American people in the back twice? Is that what you want to do? Go ahead. I dare you. I fucking dare you. Because we're going to take a megaphone and we're going to go out on all the talk shows. We're going to all do Senate speeches and House speeches, and we're going to say, look at you. You're traitors. You stabbed the American people in the back. You want to talk about the real, Russia scandal? Well, the real scandal is, not just for Russia, for all these different, foreign countries and their various manufacturing companies, how the Republicans prioritize them over American workers and American manufacturing. That's how you make an argument. But this is how Washington works, man. And the point is, Like, they've gotten to, it's a whole nother level of brazen in how they lie. You know, the Republicans can, oh yeah, we care about America, patriotism, that's what it's all about, trying to get jobs, good jobs. And then when they're presented with the clearest opportunity ever, with even a Republican president saying, yeah, let's do Buy American, Hire American, and the Democrats propose a bill, yep, let's do it. They're like, and did I say that? I'm going to kill that bill, kill it. And again, why? Foreign lobbyists. So, and by the way, this article, you should go read this article in the International Business Times, because David Schroeder actually gives specifics. Talks about the name of the lobbying firms that are involved in this, just how much money they gave to the various politicians. We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars at play here. The only explanation for it. Because obviously there's no ideological potential disagreement here. I mean, maybe if you're talking about like, you know, a Rand Paul or Ron Paul, if he was still in there, they would say, look, I have a principled disagreement to Buy American, Hire American, because I think we should basically pretend borders don't exist when it comes to the economy and trade. So it should always be the best deal for the corporations. They should always try to pay the least to the labor and pay the bottom line the most. So maybe there are like a few libertarians, just a handful, who would have an ideological disagreement with this. But the reality is, even the people in the Republican Party who are not the libertarian wing, they would all say in speeches, of course I'd rather, you know, Buy American, Hire American. Duh, these are my constituents we're talking about. But that's just their rhetoric. So there's no ideological disagreement. Ideologically, the overwhelming majority of people in Washington go, yeah, I'd want to Buy American and Hire American over what? Buy Mexican, hire Mexican, buy Swedish, hire Swedish, buy fucking, I don't know, Indian. So there's no ideological disagreement. It all comes down to the money. They were paid to disagree with something, which is a layup in the political world. Hey, should we Buy American, Hire American? So this is the way the sausage is really made, and it's disgusting, and now you know.